Old Guy Network. I am the old guy, the OG, Jay, and I'm glad to have you back here. I said I was going to start doing some other videos, other little projects and things, and that's what we're going to do today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make something to eat. A lot of people out there, I've noticed this, I go to the grocery store, a lot of people, they have no idea how to cook. They just don't. My dad was married to my mother for 58 years. He never had to cook anything. And, you know, later on, when he was by himself, that was a problem. And so I actually had to cook for him every night, and I loved it. It was great. But it got me thinking, there's a lot of older people, younger people that are just moving out of their parents' house. They don't got a clue. As long as there's McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, they're happy. But you got to be able to take care of yourself. So I thought today we're going to make some comfort food. And there's nothing more comforting than meatloaf. If you're a vegan, just move along. Yeah, this is not going to work for you. But if you like meatloaf, and there's a million ways to make it, this is the best way as far as I'm concerned. So that's your challenge. You see what I do, you try it yourself, see what you think. Alright, here's everything we're going to need to make our meatloaf today. We're going to need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Yeah, that's right, 1.5 pounds. This is not some kid's meal we're making. We're making a big-ass, hungry old guy dinner. We're also going to need some honey barbecue sauce. That's my personal favorite. Also, some mustard. A little bit of brown sugar, about 2 tablespoons. Half a chopped onion. What you do with the other half, I don't care, but we only need 1/2 of an onion. Bless you, Baxter. I don't know if you heard him sneeze, but I guess he's under the weather. Also, you need 1 egg, 1/4 cup of milk. We have 3 spices, I guess you call them spices, salt, pepper, and a little bit of basil. And we'll need some oil to grease our pan with, and of course we need the pan. So, hey, let's get started. Oh, and I forgot the other thing that you need, Ritz crackers. I'll explain that in a second. Alright, so the first thing you want to do after you wash your hands, make sure you do that because that's just gross if you don't. Alright, we got our ground beef. Just crumple that up a little bit so it mixes up easier. Just put that in the big old bowl. This is going to be really simple, so follow along. Alright, next thing you're going to want, salt. Put as much as you want in there, I don't care. Pepper. Salt and pepper to taste. Yep, that looks good. A little bit of basil. Or if you're Gordon Ramsay, you say basil, but I say basil because I'm American. This is 1/2 cup, or 1/2 of a large white onion, all finely chopped. If you don't know how to chop an onion, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to chop an onion correctly. So, hey, knock yourself up. Alright, now we're going to have an egg. Put that right in there. Now, Ritz crackers. A lot of people use breadcrumbs when they make meatloaf. My mother taught me this years and years ago. This is better than breadcrumbs. Does the same thing, acts as like a binding agent for along with the milk and the egg, but Ritz crackers just taste better. And 1 whole tube will do the whole thing. And it's kind of fun to crush them all up too. Baxter, yours is on the floor. Go ahead. Got to include Baxter with this too. Right there, buddy. Yeah. That's why I have a dog. When I drop stuff on the floor, hey, he's right there. Put in a little milk. Roll up your sleeves. And just mix that all together. To me, this is the fun part. Now, a good rule of thumb, you kind of watch where the egg yolk is while you're doing this, and try to keep most of it in the bowl. But after a while, you won't see any of the egg yolk, and that pretty much means you mix the whole thing up. Alright, we've got that pretty much mixed up there. Looks pretty good. Now we want to prepare our ham. If you have that spray stuff that you can use, hey, go ahead, knock yourself out. I use this because it's canola oil, it's better for you, and it's a lot cheaper. So if you want to use the spray stuff, go ahead. But all I do is put a little drop of oil in there, take a paper towel, wipe around the edges. Doesn't take you very long. Look at that. Easy. Now you take your big old loaf of meat, put it right in there. You want to push that down, get it even in the pan, as even as you possibly can. Plus, if there's any air pockets in the meat, you can get that out. Get it right to the side. As best you can. I like to make a fist and just punch that ground beef right in there. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. Now, only got 2 more things to do. That's it, we're almost done. First thing we're going to do is turn on our oven. Want to set the oven at 350. And we're going to cook this for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Boy, it takes a while to get up to 1 hour and 5 minutes. There we go. Now we're going to preheat that. Now I'm using the convection oven because it just cooks better. Doesn't use as much energy because it heats up a lot faster than a traditional oven, and it just does a much nicer job. So I'm going to use that today. Now the next thing we have to do, very last step, we're going to mix up our glaze. Now I've done this with ketchup before and it tastes pretty good, but I like the barbecue sauce better. I use honey barbecue sauce. It gives it a really nice taste. And we'll just put a bunch in there. How much? That's up to you. Then to give it a little tanginess, I'll put in a little bit of mustard. See that? Oh, good. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And just mix that up. Look at that. Beautiful. Just dump that right onto your meatloaf. Spread it on and around the top. Get it as even as you can. And if you don't get it real even, that's okay. It'll level off a little bit while it's cooking. So, oh, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, that worked out well. All right, there we go. Meatloaf. Look at that. Now we're going to cook this up. It's going to take about an hour and 10 minutes, or an hour and 5 minutes. As soon as the oven is preheated, and then we'll come back and take a quick look at it and see how it is. Oh, we know what that means. That sound means that we don't have to wait any longer for the best damn meatloaf there is. All right. All right, look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Now we're going to let that sit. I'm just going to let it rest, just like you would with a steak. With a good steak, I'm going to let that rest a little bit. It'll be a little bit easier to cut and to serve out. But that is beautiful. Now in the video, it looks kind of dark. It's not really that dark. It's not black. It's perfect. All right, that's it. We've made a pretty good looking meatloaf there. I'm really hungry, and I want to cut this short right now because I'm gonna eat that bad boy all by myself. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Gave you some ideas. Send me a comment if you've got a better idea. You know how to make meatloaf better than that. Well, I'll listen to you. Hey, I'm always willing to eat more food. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that notification button. The little bell on there tells you when the next videos are going to be out. And also, please like, share. If you like the video, it doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that little like button. It takes a second to do it. More people will get to see the video, and that's what it's all about, for me anyway. I'm not doing these just so you can watch it. I want everybody to watch this thing, okay? So, hey, there's Baxter, and we'll see you next time. What do you think, Bax?